Hey guys, I'm about to get a mud bath here in the next 15 minutes. Drop me a comment, let me know if you've ever done it before. But anyways, I wanted to talk about discipline. My channel, if you guys are following me, it's going to give you discipline. It's going to give you a template to follow. Okay, remember the RSI that I've taught you guys. If you're not using this with every trade, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to get burned at some point. I know a lot of you are not using a stop loss still. I understand it takes time, right, to implement it and have it become a habit. But it's really important if you are planning on short-term trading a stock to always have a stop loss no matter what as soon as you buy it, okay? And remember, if it hits, no worries, you take that minimal loss and you can look to re-enter lower. That just keeps you in the game. Otherwise, your money's tied up and you watch your account, right, stay down 20, 30%. No one likes to see that. That's why I usually cut off my stop loss at 7%. Again, unless you're playing with a really small position, which again, with these high risk, high reward, I've been telling you, it always is a small position. So then you can maybe do, a 15% stop loss, whatever you want to do, okay? But anyways, with my channel, like I said, I'm teaching you guys to have the discipline to follow RSI, to buy when it's closer to oversold, sell when it's closer to overbought. And if you do that every day with your trades, you're going to be successful more times than you're not. It's going to allow you to get good entry points and take those minimal losses, because remember, if we're buying closer to oversold, then if you put your stop loss right below, right, that low of the morning, it's not going to be as big of a loss versus if you buy it overbought, right, and the stock comes tumbling down. Let's say Opendoor, for example. I told you guys buying this under 60 cents, but of course there's people that want to buy this at $4, right, after it's up 8x. And so if you're doing that, just know you're playing with fire, and you really have to have a stop loss if you're going to do that with how much it's up, okay? Unfortunately, people just think the party's going to continue, and it could, but there are going to be healthy pullbacks along the way, and you want to have cash available when that happens. So that's why if you're using RSI, you would know, okay, Opendoor is super overbought right now. I'm not touching it, no matter what FOMO, right, I'm feeling, because that's the problem, is FOMO will get the best of us. But if you have RSI pulled up and you see RSI's at 80, you're like, okay, nope, I'm not touching this. That's ridiculous. And sometimes it takes a while for it to come down, but eventually it does. And today was the opportunity. Later in the day today, it dropped below $3 a share. And that's where you have to get used to being patient, waiting for those kinds of opportunities where you can dollar cost average into it. So I'm not saying to dump it all in right when it went below 3, because we never know how low it can go. But that's why it's great to get stopped out at a much higher price, so then you can re-enter lower. So I'm telling you, stop losses are going to save you guys. They're going to keep you in the game, okay? The idea, now you understand why I play with profits, why I take out my initial investment when I can, because nobody knows when the party's going to end. There'll be a lot of people on social media that will tell you they know what's going to happen, but that's, we all know that's a bunch of BS, okay? At any point, profit taking, right? Tariffs coming back in August, right? We just don't know when the party will end. So always protect your profits. That's what I'm going to teach you on this channel. And the goal is to, we're making money in July in our short-term trading accounts while it's risk on, right? And we're following the themes, but you have to know also when to get out of those themes, right? Don't overstay your welcome, which I've also taught you. And the whole goal, right, is to slide over these profits we're making into our long-term investment accounts with quality, profitable companies, right? So the Millionaire Maker portfolios have you covered there, okay? So I got the long-term investment account, the short-term trading account, okay? So both, and as you know, I like to play a stock in both of those. So if I get a win in my short-term trading account, like I've taught you, then I consider what I have in my long-term investment account as profits, and then I don't have to touch that. So ideally, I don't sell anything unless something goes up huge. I'll trim some in my long-term, Millionaire Maker portfolio, but otherwise it's no touch in there. It's just buying the big dips, which we need to see a way bigger correction, guys, before I'm going to really buy a lot of these names, in the Millionaire Maker portfolio, okay? And I think we'll get it at some point, like I said, if we're patient, but some people don't, right, have the patience to wait until it happens, okay, where we get that big pullback. But it will happen, trust me, at some point. We don't know if it'll be August, September, maybe it gets pushed out to February or March or next year, okay? So, but anyways, just know we're in a market right now, we're in extreme greed readings, okay? And so you have to expect big pullbacks after how much some of these have gone up. So just want to prepare you for that. So if you're playing stuff, please use the stop loss. If you're not going to be able to handle see it going lower, the only time I say don't use the stop loss is if it's in your long-term account and your dollar cost averaging, right? If it goes lower, you add a little bit more. And then if it goes lower, you add a little bit more. That's okay if you're truly going to hold long and play that game, okay? But if you don't want to catch a falling knife, right, you can wait for some momentum to come back up first, and then you can get in then, okay? But anyways, I'm here to help you guys. I got one more day left of vacation, and so sorry if I haven't been getting back to you, like I said, with your comments right away. I'm still trying, when I have moments, to get back to you, but I'll be able to, respond to your comments more thoroughly, when I get back tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll get back later tomorrow, Tuesday. So by Wednesday, we'll be good to go again, guys. But have a good night.